lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
This is Khadevis Robinson, and welcome to the Khadevis Robinson Channel. Today, I'm coming to you from my hometown, Dallas, Texas. I came home just to reconnect, recharge my battery. Sometimes you have to do that. A lot of times when we live in a hectic life, we just keep moving without coming back and recharging our batteries. But sometimes going home, as all the greats have done, they go back home and they recharge their batteries. But as I sit around and I'm reading, I try to have some daily reading every day. I'm reading a book by Lawrence Kushner, and the title of the book is God Was in This Place and I Did Not Know. And that comes from the Bible when Jacob was traveling, and then he went to sleep, and he woke up, and then he noticed that when he had his dream, when he woke up, he said, well, God was in this place all along, and I did not know, because he was going through so many tough things in his life that sometimes when we're going through challenges and struggles, we assume that we're by ourselves. We assume that maybe God's not with us, or we made a mistake, or we're being punished, or it's karma, or whatever those types of things may be. But what Jacob was saying in that situation, when he went to sleep and he had this dream of the ladder going up and down, and then, he fought with the ish, and then he woke up and he realized that, hold on, God was in this place all along, and I did not know. And so reading this book, it has a part in there, and it's talking about opportunities, all sorts of opportunities that we all may get and some of us may miss. But it's a part in there when he was having a conversation with someone. And this is not necessarily in the Bible. This is just a section in which the book is responding to. And it says, the guy's telling Jacob, he said, now, check this out. It's not that you have been a liar and a cheat. It's not even that you don't trust God. You're just a coward. But I was afraid. Of course you were, but it doesn't matter. Fear must never be an excuse. You can be weak. You can be confused. You can even be in prison, but you cannot be afraid. The physical forces that seek your attention are counting on you to be afraid. Your fear is their most powerful weapon. And when you refuse to be afraid, they fall from the ladder. They cease to exist. Then I will climb it right now, responded Jacob. Too late. The dream is done, and the ladder has pulled back up to heaven. Do I ever get another chance? Probably. There most likely will be hundreds of ladders. But they don't come with signs saying, I am a ladder. Don't be afraid. Climb me now. If they did, we would all be heroes. Bravely seizing each historic moment, bringing history closer to God. What it said is, in that section when Joseph saw the ladder coming up and down, this part is saying that in life sometimes it's as if we have these instances in which we have a ladder. We have an opportunity to jump on that ladder and fulfill our destiny, fulfill our purpose, and go and connect with angels and go and connect with God. But what happens is a lot of times we're so afraid. A lot of times we don't know what the ladder is. A lot of times when those opportunities come, we have these excuses for not jumping. There's a quote that says, jump and grow your wings on the way down. Well, that's hard to do because we don't have the wings right now, so we're afraid to jump in the first place. But what this is saying is it's talking about the situation in which, Jacob is sitting there and he's going, okay, well, what should I have done? And the guy was saying, yeah, all the mistakes you made, you make a lot of mistakes. You can lie, you can cheat. You're a sinner. You messed up. That's all right. Everyone messed up. The problem is you was a coward. The problem is you had fear. And the book says so many times, fear not, fear not, fear not, do not fear, I'm with you, fear not, fear not, fear not. So the problem wasn't that you made mistakes. The problem is that you was a coward, and the problem is that you had fear. And what you got to understand is fear will always keep you from getting to your ultimate destiny. Now, he's saying this, you probably will get another opportunity. Yeah, you had fear, and you missed that one opportunity, and you probably will get an opportunity. But here's the catch. When that other opportunity comes, it's not going to say, hello, Khadevis, here's an opportunity. You better jump. You better get on this ladder. This is it. It's not going to come dressed up as an opportunity. It's going to come dressed up as work. It's going to come dressed up as a fight. It's going to come dressed up as pain. It's going to come dressed up as things we see in life. And it's probably going to be dressed up as something that we're going to be afraid of. And this is our opportunity to not be fearful. So as you look at the challenges you're dealing with today, as you think about the challenges I've been giving you the last couple of weeks, I want you to think about some situations in which you've gone through things. And I know I can think about a couple of them myself, in which I look back and, I've recently gone through a major transition in my life. And I look back at those opportunities, and I think during that time I was going through that transition, that hardship, that so-called failure, it seems like I was in a dark place. It seemed like nothing wasn't going the way I planned it. It seemed like, man, I was getting punished for something. But as I look back and I really evaluate, then I realized something. Hold on. Just like Jacob realized. And that's like Joseph and all the rest of the greats realized. God was in this place all alone, and I did not know. So what I have to do now, I have to press forward. I have to face my fear, because the cave I fear to enter holds the treasure I seek, and grab a hold of that ladder, because I don't know when the next one's going to come. This has been Khadevis Robinson. My challenge for you is to face the fear. My challenge for you is to jump onto that ladder. And my challenge for you is to understand that God He's in that place even if you don't feel like He's in there, or she. And whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it. This has been Khadevis Robinson. This is the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. And I holla.
1, 2. Let me show y'all how to have swag. Eternal style. Come on, follow me. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. If you want to have swag, man, it ain't that hard. Just simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. If you want to have swag, man, it ain't that hard. I just got to brag. See, I got the swag, make the devil get mad. And it makes me glad. Like a Scottish man dressed in all plaid. I wear it loud, I wear it proud. You can see me walking around in the crowd, 'cause I'm shining like a diamond. And when them storms come, man, I'm reclining on his outstretched arm, leaning on the Lord. The fool's got guns, well, man, I got a sword. And it's a double edge, it cut both ways. Though I walk through the valley of death, I'm not afraid. I fear no evil, my God is with me. And He prepares a table before my enemy. Now that's super swag, not for the faint of heart. You can have it too if you worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. If you want to have swag, man, it ain't that hard. Just simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. If you want to have swag, man, it ain't that hard. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He gives me so much swag, I can't help but flaunt. And yeah, I brag, but it's in the Lord. Them other gods are false, so what you bragging for? Some brag on cars and their clothes, but I brag on God who could save my soul. And He's in control of the whole universe. So in my life, I put Him first. Above my wife, above my children. On Christ, the solid rock I'm building. And though the rains fall and the floods came and the winds blew, but still the house remained. And you can have the same. All you need is faith as a mustard seed to win life's race. In first place, it ain't that hard. Just simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. If you want to have swag, man, it ain't that hard. Just simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. Simply worship Almighty God. If you want to have swag, man, it ain't that hard. So now you know if you want to have swag. You don't have to hang with the thugs and act bad. You don't have to be a desperado. The devil is a liar that you don't have to follow. Let your motto be to serve the Lord, then your bravado will be like a lion when he roars. I said it once before, it ain't that hard. Just simply worship Almighty God. Simply, oh God, simply
wanna have fun, man, it ain't hard, just simply, on God, simply, on God, simply, on God. If you wanna have fun,
simply worship God, simply worship God, simply worship God. If you wanna have